Islam Makhachev is seriously considering a permanent move to welterweight as he believes there are no worthy challengers left for him at lightweight. The dominant 155-pound champion has been on an incredible run, defeating some of the best fighters in the division, and now he wants a new challenge. His manager recently hinted that the UFC is already working on major plans for Islam's next fight, but they have ruled out matchups against Charles Oliveira, Arman Tsarukyan, and Ilia Topuria. However, Makhachev himself has expressed interest in defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje, depending on the outcome of Gaethje's UFC 313 bout against Dan Hooker. While the Gaethje fight remains a possibility, the 33-year-old champion has made it clear that he is leaning towards leaving 155 for good. In a recent interview in Russia, Islam admitted that he doesn't see much left for him at lightweight, stating, "I don't see a lot of work to do in my division. I beat almost everybody. I think about moving up to 170 and I can stay there. I don't want to make any statements about Belal Muhammad or Shavkat Rakhmonov. We will see how the fight goes. I have not spoken to the UFC since my last fight. We need to sit and talk about these moments." This statement has sparked intense speculation about whether Islam could face his teammate, Belal Muhammad. His potential move to welterweight brings up a huge dilemma, as his close friend and training partner Belal is currently the division's champion. His head coach Khabib Nurmagomedov has been very clear that he is not in favor of teammates fighting each other, but he also emphasized that it's ultimately up to Islam to decide his future. Will he make the move? Makhachev's competitive drive and hunger for greatness might push him to go for welterweight gold no matter the consequences. With his target return in July, it's likely that he will wait for the outcome of the upcoming Muhammad vs. Rakhmonov fight before making any final decisions on his future. Ilia Topuria confirms his next fight in an exclusive interview with the Spanish MMA media channel El Chango, now translated into English. Featherweight champ Ilia Topuria revealed his next fight. Contrary to recent speculation, El Matador confirmed that his next bout will not be against Islam Makhachev, despite his ambitions of becoming a two-division champion. UFC President Dana White has been hesitant to greenlight Ilia's pursuit of the lightweight title without multiple featherweight defenses under his belt. Additionally, El Matador's timeline for his return doesn't align with Makhachev's schedule, as the Georgian-Spanish fighter plans to fight in April or May. Instead, the champion confirmed that his next fight will be at featherweight, defending his 145-pound title for the first time. I really want to fight Makhachev and become a double champion, but right now our timelines don't match up. I'm aiming for a return in May, while Islam has just fought recently and won't be ready for a fight with me that soon. So given the timing, my next fight will definitely be a defense of my featherweight title. Once I take care of business there, I'll turn my attention to the lightweight division. While Ilia didn't reveal who his next opponent will be, all signs point to Alexander Volkanovski. Volk has already stated publicly that negotiations with Dana White are going well and that he expects to rematch the champ next. This lines up perfectly with El Matador's timeline for a return in May, making it likely that the featherweight king will face the division's former longtime champion in his first title defense. If this fight gets finalized, Alex will have the chance to avenge his devastating loss to the champ and reclaim the featherweight title. For a fighter as determined as Volk, getting his belt back would mean everything, especially after such a brutal defeat. However, given how their first fight unfolded, it's difficult to see him turning the tables. El Matador's power, precision, and ability to dictate the pace of a fight were on full display in their first encounter. He overwhelmed Volkanovski, exposing cracks in the former champion's armor that we hadn't seen before. Ilia's mix of sharp striking and heavy hands made him a nightmare to deal with. Unless Volk can find a way to avoid those openings and impose his own game plan, it's going to be another tall order to get the win. That said, Volk is one of the most resilient and cerebral fighters in the UFC. He's made a career out of overcoming adversity, and his ability to adapt between fights is second to none. With the right adjustments, a well-executed strategy, and his trademark toughness, Alex absolutely has the tools to make this a more competitive fight. But El Matador isn't just a new champion, he's a champion with the skills and confidence to dominate his division. Makhachev has exposed Alex Pereira. The light heavyweight contender has been campaigning relentlessly for a title shot against Pereira Pereira, believing he is the rightful challenger in the division. After months of calling for this fight, he's finally getting his chance at UFC 33. However, the way this fight came together has now become a hot controversy in the MMA world. On the Ariel Helwani show, Pereira made a bold claim, saying that he was the one who pushed for this fight and made it happen. He stated, "The company tells me what to do, but I'm the one that asked for the fight. I say I want to fight in March, May, June, but I'm the one that came there and said I want to fight Ankalaev now." But Ankalaev wasn't having it. The Dagestani powerhouse immediately took to social media and fired back, accusing Pereira of lying to the fans. Ankalaev wrote, "#1 bull." He tweeted a month ago that he's fighting someone else. The UFC told him he's fighting me. Now he wants to make it look like he wanted March 8th? Yo, get it, Alex, don't lie. You didn't ask for me. It was a dead-end street. I'm going to eat your heart. This heated back and forth has set the stage for a fight that is now more personal than ever. Ankalaev has been frustrated with the UFC's handling of the light heavyweight title picture, feeling that he has been overlooked for too long, despite his dominant performances. On the other hand, Pereira, the former middleweight champion, has already taken out some of the biggest names in the division and believes he is on his way to becoming an all-time great. Now, with both fighters fired up, the tension heading into UFC 33 is through the roof. Will Ankalaev back up his talk and dominate Pereira, or will Pereira prove his championship caliber once again? One thing is for sure, this fight will be an absolute war. Shara Bullet talks about his highly anticipated fight against Michael Page. This weekend, Shara Magomedov is set to go head-to-head with Michael Venom Page, and the expectations for this fight couldn't be higher. Both fighters are known for their unpredictable, electrifying striking, making this a matchup that is almost guaranteed to deliver fireworks. Magomedov is coming into this fight with massive momentum, having just delivered a double spinning back fist KO, an insane finish that left fans and analysts in shock. His aggressive, pressure-heavy style has made him one of the most feared strikers in the division. On the other hand, MVP, one of the most flashy and unpredictable strikers in the sport, is looking to get back in the win column and remind the world why he has been one of the most entertaining fighters for years. During a recent interview, Shara Bullet made it clear that he respects MVP, but believes that this fight will be too much for Page to handle. He said, "I followed his career closely and I know what he brings to the table, but I'm confident that he's never seen a striker like me before. He's stepping into my world now." With the fight just days away, the hype is off the charts. The odds are slightly in favor of Magomedov, but MVP has made a career out of proving people wrong. Will Shara Bullet's power and relentless attack be too much? Or will MVP showcase his signature elusiveness and strategy to pull off a win? This is a can't-miss fight. Conor McGregor and Paul Hughes go back and forth, and Khabib reacts. Earlier today, footage surfaced from Will Harris, also known as Anatomy of a Fighter, capturing an octagon moment between Khabib Nurmagomedov and Paul Hughes. The clip quickly made its way across social media, and it wasn't long before Conor McGregor saw it and went off. McGregor, known for his outspoken nature and fiery temper, wasted no time in making his feelings clear. He took to social media and blasted Paul Hughes, writing, "To right you're not. Get that flag off you, you little," before going on a full-blown rant. His words immediately sparked backlash, as many saw them as an attack on Paul Hughes' Irish identity. But Hughes didn't stay silent. He quickly fired back, calling out McGregor for questioning his Irish heritage. Hughes has long been proud of his roots, and for someone like McGregor, who was once hailed as the pride of Ireland, to dismiss him in this way was seen as a low blow. Hughes responded with a statement that resonated with many Irish MMA fans. Conor always said he was the GOAT, and I paid homage at every opportunity, but coming at my Irish identity just shows where his head is at. Then Khabib entered the conversation, and he didn't hold back. The former UFC champion, who has had a historic rivalry with McGregor, jumped in to defend Paul Hughes. Taking to Instagram, Khabib posted a story aimed directly at McGregor, writing, "You are a real Irishman, Paul Hughes, and not an addict like this guy." That one statement ignited the MMA community. Social media exploded, with fans, fighters, and analysts all weighing in. Many MMA followers were furious at McGregor, calling his comments it's disrespectful and unnecessary. Some fans even went as far as to say Conor went from the pride of Ireland to the embarrassment of Ireland. Others pointed out that Khabib had been right all along when he called McGregor's character into question after their iconic rivalry years ago. This latest controversy has only added fuel to the fire between McGregor and Khabib, a rivalry that seems to never die. Will Conor respond again, or will he let this one slide? Knowing the Notorious, it's only a matter of time before he fires back. But that's not the only big question in the MMA world right now. What do you think about Conor McGregor and Paul Hughes' heated exchange? Do you think Islam Makhachev moving to welterweight and potentially fighting Belal Muhammad is the right move? Should this happen? And let's not forget about Khamzat Chimaev. Do you think he will finally get his title shot this year? If so, who will be his opponent? Let us know what you think.